Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Oscar Buzz, episode 28. We are getting up there. We're into the off season. This is our second off season show, and we don't have something big like the Cannes Film Festival to talk about. But there is
We've got a
lots
lot.
of
There is a lot.
exciting things. Yeah, there is still a lot to talk about. So we got some trailers. We got plenty of news. We'll answer some questions. Lots of fun stuff.
We will.
Lots of
Yeah.
fun stuff. So Thomas, you want to just hop right into it?
Sure. Let's go right into it.
All right. So first news. It isn't really news. It's more of a rumor. But Killers of the Flower Moon is rumored to have been pushed back to 2023. I don't know how much credibility to give to this, but it's definitely still something to talk about because that's a major contender.
Oh.
Like the Fablemans and Babylon are like the perceived top three. I'm throwing
Yeah.
the women talking into there,
Well,
but like those are the consensus top three right now. Be pretty big if
yeah.
it was pushed. Do you think Apple's going to push this film?
So I think there is a case to be made that it might be pushed, considering it's going to be a sprawling film. Whether it'll be ready in time is a different matter. Like it, in all honesty, it might just not be ready, which would be a shame. But these
Being
things happen.
reshot
Films
right now.
take, films take
Yeah.
time to do and all that kind of stuff. And also, if Apple do want to really push this as the Best Picture winner, maybe there are better years. Like maybe next year will be a less stacked year because, like as you mentioned,
Yeah.
Fableman's Babylon, they are very, very strong, like early contenders. Like even though we haven't seen the films yet, we don't really have any reactions to them. They are just on the surface very strong contenders, and it may mean that a film like Killers of the Flower Moon, which in any other year would be considered one of the top contenders, may be pushed to the sidelines a bit. And maybe Apple don't want that. Like it's a film they're clearly pumping money into, so I could see why, from a business standpoint, it could be pushed to 2023. I don't know how much credibility we give to it, and it would be a shame because I would like to see this film as soon as possible.
Yeah, the thing also with that is I don't know what else Apple would push. Like they have Cha-Cha Real Smooth, and then have Emancipation with Will Smith, which I doubt they're going to
Yeah,
push.
yeah,
Um, and then I don't really know what else Apple has for like awards contending movies. So, like, I don't know. Maybe this would be a good thing for Cha-Cha Real Smooth,
yeah,
like for Killers of the Flower Moon to, not be getting the attention. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. I don't think we can read too much into it right now, but would definitely be quite a shakeup in the awards race
it would
if it
be.
were to happen.
It would be for sure. Because I've got it in acting, I've got it in below the line, I've got it in
Yeah,
director, I've got it in picture. This is a major contender. So if it does get pushed back, yeah, big things will be needing to change.
yeah. And then I will throw out another piece of Killers of the Flower Moon news speed acting. Contrary to what writer Eric Roth has said, it is now reported out of the studio that DiCaprio is going lead and Plemons is going supporting.
Wow, I
Which
should have
is
just kept it then. Because
but okay, but
that's what
that's
I had
the
originally.
opposite of what
Yeah,
Eric.
I know, I
That's
know.
the opposite of
Yeah,
what
yeah,
the writer said. So
yeah. I
this
mean,
is
yeah, I
like
had them both in both categories anyway, so it doesn't really matter which way round they go. But yeah, like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
and because now there's also Plemons and De Niro in supporting, so we could see Plemons
Yeah,
in another like Plemons. Plemons could
yeah,
be in a double nominated supporting actor film 3 years in a row with
yes,
Judas and the Black
yeah,
Messiah, Power of the Dog, and then this.
yeah. Like we could also end up watching the film and realize that it's category fraud anyway, because
Yeah,
a lot of the rumors suggest that Clemens and DiCaprio will have fairly big roles. So like they both are
yeah,
basically lead actors. But we'll see.
yeah. I because Eric Roth said that they're co-leads and Plemons has a slightly bigger role.
Okay.
Um, so I don't know if maybe in reshoots that's changing, because as
Mm.
we mentioned, it is going through reshoots right now. But yeah, a bit odd, but it's been updated in my prediction sheet accordingly.
Okay.
um, so yeah, All right, let's talk about some test screenings.
Okay, we love talking about test screenings.
We love talking about test screenings here. Canterbury Glass test screened pretty negatively. People saying that's overlong. The front part of the film is weak. Quote, Christian Bale deserves better because the character was underdeveloped. People are not saying good things. Somebody said, I really wanted to love this, but it's just bad. So, like, not great things. The one positive somehow was that everyone was like, yeah, no, Taylor Swift was the cast standout and could win an Oscar.
Yeah,
So
which is
that's
yeah, maybe the least expected performance.
yeah,
Out of all of them, I mean, Christian Bale, John David Washington, Margot Robbie, even. Um,
yeah. Anya
it's a
Taylor-Joy.
pretty stacked cast, but yes, even Anya
Yeah,
Taylor-Joy, and for Taylor Swift to be considered the standout, that is interesting, and that would suggest that she is like a real standout. If you're standing out above
yeah,
these sort of people, that's big. That could be big for
yeah,
her. And she's a popular
yeah.
person, so it worked for Lady Gaga when she transitioned into act. Obviously, that was a supporting role. We don't know where. No, sorry, lead role. We don't know if this will be supporting
Lead
or
role.
lead. But
I think Taylor Swift was
it worked.
supporting. Yeah,
Okay, but yeah, it worked. It worked before for a popular musician to transition to acting. Maybe it will work again. Who knows?
for sure. Especially because she could, for two different movies, compound an acting and song nomination because she still has Carolina for Bad Sing. So
Mm?
she could put together a solid campaign, get the song nom, get the acting nom, similar to what Lady Gaga did. Granted, hers were in the same film, but
Yeah,
could
but
definitely roll that snowball if there's enough support behind her. So, but yeah, I mean, Canterbury Glass still has what 6 months before it's due to come out.
yeah. So it can
Um,
it can be changed. It can
they
be
have time.
changed.
They can
Yeah,
re-edit it.
and the good thing is a lot
So
of these things are they don't seem to be like structural things. They seem to be, from what they're saying, it's overly long. That can be fixed. Like
yeah,
that can be fixed.
that can definitely be fixed. The plot can be more streamlined. You can,
Yeah,
develop Christian Bale's character more. Like that's all stuff that I think can be fixed in the editing.
yeah,
As long as the footage is there.
mm,
So that's what test screenings are for.
yeah,
To fix
yeah,
things. So I guess we'll just see when it comes time for fall festival season and its release date in November. But I'm not too worried. Like honestly, the biggest thing I took away from this is Taylor Swift.
yeah, yeah.
That that was the big thing, which is
Mm,
very interesting. I don't have her on my
yeah.
list yet, but
We'll see. Maybe.
definitely
Who knows?
considering it.
Who knows?
Nope. Test screened. People saying that it was very good, but more of a commercial blockbuster film compared to Jordan Peele's previous work, which I
Yeah.
think is fine.
Yeah,
I don't
this
think
was
there's
pretty
anything wrong
much
with
what
that.
I expected from it. I didn't have this in many places. Like I actually put it in visual effects because it's an alien invasion film. Maybe it's got some effects on like in that kind of area, but I don't think
Yeah,
it'll be a major Oscar player. And
I don't
I
think
did
we'll be
see it
above the
being a more
line.
no
Yeah,
exactly, and I did think it would be a more commercial film, which is just clarified here. And yeah, like Peel, he's made two successful films. Why shouldn't he be able to sort of transition away from like if he can do what he likes at this point, really? Like he's made two very
yeah,
successful films. The studio is clearly giving him the money. They said, yeah, do what you like. Cool. He wanted to make a more commercial blockbuster film. That's fine.
yeah.
Like
Though
he doesn't have
the
to make
interesting thing
high
with
art
this,
every time. Put it that way.
yes, yeah, yeah. The interesting thing with this is that when Us was test screening, people also said that that was much more commercial than Get Out and
Okay.
completely missed all of the social messaging. So also very
Yeah.
possible that this audience just completely missed any kind of social messaging in the movie. I still don't
Yeah.
think it will be
Yeah.
an above the line contender. I think this is a below the line contender at best, considering its release date, like and just the type of movie it is. I don't think we'll see a breakout hit like Get Out, like for a while. Like I think that goes to everything everywhere this year.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably.
so I think that makes the most sense, but we'll have to see the film. We'll have to see the film. But yeah, I don't have it predicted for anything right now. I don't know if you're standing by your visual effects pick still.
I mean, that will just come from seeing more trailers and seeing more images from the film,
Yeah,
and because like if it is an alien like invasion film in that regard, there is a good chance there is quite a few visual effects in it, but that will come with more marketing.
yeah,
And we get a better general impression of what the film will be like.
yeah. And we get to see it in what 2-3 months. So
Yeah, it's not coming up on us, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. All right, we get to talk about my favorite upcoming project,
Yeah,
Barbie by Greta Gerwig. We
yeah.
got some new cast
Every
members,
week
and it's
we have
amazing.
to have either
We got
Oppenheimer or Barbie, and
oh
this
yeah,
week it's Barbie.
yep, yep. We just go forth. Battle for SAG Ensemble is going to be between those two duking it out for SAG. It'd be great.
Yeah,
But Barbie has added the likes of Kingsley Ben-Adir. It's
yes,
great. He should have
it
been
is.
nominated for One Night in Miami.
Yeah,
Also
probably.
added Emerald Fennell. Emerald Fennell, writer, director, A Promising Young Woman. Also,
Yes,
a leading performer. I think a season the show about the British family is The Crown. That one.
The Crown. Okay.
And
Yeah,
so
just the British
Will
family.
Ferrell is going to play in the British one. Yeah. Also, Will Ferrell is going to play an evil toy company CEO. So, like,
Wow.
what's not to love?
Yeah. What is not to love? Yeah.
Sig Ensemble, please.
Indeed. Yeah. I'm still skeptical. I need to see more. Yeah. Like, you can't just get me with a cast and a concept. I do need to see more. Because especially with
And Greta
something
Gerwig
this
and
weird,
Noah Baumbach.
like, yeah, but a concept
And
this
Greta
weird,
Gerwig
I
and
need
Noah
to
Baumbach.
see. A concept this weird, I'm gonna be skeptical until pretty much I go and watch the film, or like we get reviews for it, and the general consensus is that this is a very very good film. Like it's a weird concept, not completely buying it at this stage, but adding more cast members, it is slowly creeping up my anticipation levels.
I literally do not care. I think that this movie is going to be perfect.
Okay, right. Okay,
Uh,
if you say so. Glad you're going in with an open mind.
yes, I am. I'm going in with a perfectly open mind. It's going to be great.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
uh, okay, so here's a film that I would say audiences might not be going in with an open mind for, that being Blonde,
no,
from
yeah,
Andrew Dominic, starring Ana de Armas, Marilyn Monroe. So yeah, he said that Blonde is like if Citizen Kane and Raging Bull had a baby, which is high praise of his own movie.
yes,
Um,
yes.
so this is gonna be dark. Like
Yeah, yeah.
this
Presumably.
is, I know I was getting more just from what we'd heard of Wall Street vibes, except like turned up to the max.
Mm.
But I don't know, the Citizen Kane Raging Bull comparison is interesting.
I mean, it's interesting. It's also felt a bit mismatched. Like, those are not two films I'd really
Yeah,
say. But I guess, like, people were comparing Moon Knight before it came out to a mix between Fight Club and Raiders of the Lost Ark. And that was a combination I thought that doesn't exist. There is not a combination between Fight Club and Raiders of the Lost Ark. It proved me wrong. There is, and that is Moon Knight. So maybe Raging Bull and Citizen Kane will be a act comparison. I think that's a little too
yeah,
high praise. I don't think it's going to be on the same level as obviously those two films. We'll have to see,
yeah,
obviously, but it's quite high
yeah.
praise.
I mean, I
It's
think I'm going
setting a
to like
bar.
this film. I think that this is going to be. I think that this is going to be a critic's favorite. Is it going to be a critic's favorite like Raging Bull Kane? I don't know, but I think that
Mm.
this is going to get a. I know. I think it's going to get mixed positive Metacritic score.
Yeah, maybe.
Like probably 70, but then I think we're going to see a lot of critics groups award it.
Mm.
So it'll be interesting. But yeah, just a brief touch on that. I still don't know when it's supposed to come out. It was supposed to be at Berlin, and then it was supposed to be at Cannes, and it hasn't been at either of those yet. So
No.
who knows? But it should be coming eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
All right. Cannes announced their director's fortnight lineup. Still no David Lynch, and the only really big thing from that was we're gonna be getting Men at Cannes.
Yeah, which is fun.
Um,
yeah,
yeah,
it's not too long until Men actually does release wide. So,
it's gonna come
yeah,
out in theaters while Cannes is still happening. So it's gonna
yeah.
premiere
Okay,
May
so
13th at Cannes, and then
so
May
yeah,
20th is when it comes out in theaters. So similar to what
yeah,
Dear Evan Hansen and Isa Tammy Faye did last year when they came out.
yeah,
They premiered first week of TIFF and came out later in the month while TIFF was still happening.
yeah. So
So
yeah, it's fun to see it pop up there, but overall not too consequential because
also no Joanna Hogg.
we'll see in a bit anyway. No,
Yeah,
yeah, no Jonah Hogg.
yeah. No Joanna Hogg with the Eternal Daughter, the sequel to The Lost Daughter. Uh, and
And the Eternals.
yeah,
It's like a cross between them. Yeah, like
yeah.
forget Sifton and Kane
There's
and
a
Raging Bull having a baby.
forget
Yeah,
about
Eternals
forget
and the
Citizen
Lost
Kane and Raging
Daughter.
Bull.
That's what I want to see.
Yep. One bad movie and one great movie. I'm sure that most of the audience is
Well,
thinking of different assignments to those than I am.
yeah,
All right. So, but yeah, this does show that A24 has a bit of faith in it, that they're pushing
yeah,
it to be shown at Cannes. So I still
mhm,
don't think this is an Oscars thing, but still exciting. Still
yeah,
exciting. Like it's the show's called Oscar Buzz, but it's about like talking about Oscars and also just like good movies. So
yes, yes, yeah. We talk about bad movies as well sometimes, though. Yeah,
we do, but those are typically Oscars related.
yeah, yeah.
We'll
They
talk
are.
about Oscars movies overall, and then just good movies.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Nia DaCosta, you remember her?
Yes, of course I do. Yes,
She did Cannes just
Candyman.
last
Yes, I
year.
did.
She's going to be
Yeah,
doing yes. She's going to be doing Captain Marvel 2, which I think is finishing the Marvels, which sure.
yeah, yeah.
But she is going to be directing an adaptation of The Water Broker for MGM. A while since I've heard MGM like throwing their name around because they did like Bond last year and that was it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they're a fading sort of studio.
Because they just got bought by
When
Amazon.
when they bought by Amazon, yeah. So like they're almost not non-existent, but that kind of
Yeah.
thing. they're not the classic MGM we're used to.
Yeah. Yeah. So the novel is going to be based on is called The Water Dancer. I don't know if the article I have just got it incorrect with The Water Brokers, if the title of the movie is going to be The Water Broker, but it is going to be based off of the novel is written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, who did a lot of Black Panther
Okay.
stuff. He, I believe, was a contributing writer on the film Black Panther, and he's wrote a lot of the comic books that Black Panther the movie was written on. Drew a lot of the source
Right.
material. He's a comic book graphic novel writer, and he's quite good. I really do like his writing. So, yeah, and then also this is exciting. Brad Pitt's Plan B production company is also going to be producing it. So,
Okay.
which Brad Pitt, he's a big contributor and like partner with A24 with Plan B. So
Wow. Yeah.
that's
There we
also
go.
quite exciting. So yeah, so it's a surrealist story that unfolds in pre-Civil War South. Follows someone who's born into slavery who lost their mother as a child and over time loses all memory of her. As a young man, her on drowns when he crashed into a river, but he's saved from the depths by mysterious power he never realized he had and struggles to understand. So like based off that synopsis, I think that this is either going to be something entirely ignored by the Oscars or something that's going to hit really big with the Oscars.
Yeah,
and I don't really
yeah,
think that there's something in between.
no, and I don't
Like,
know if it will be a big hit either. Really, I feel that this may just be something
yeah,
the Oscars doesn't necessarily go for, which it could be fun though. It could be fun.
yeah. I think it's. I mean, I think you have to shout it as a possibility, but no, I don't think it's
Yeah.
going to be the biggest contender in the world.
Hmm.
Um, all right. Kevin Costner, Oscar-winning director, I believe, for Wolves, a bad movie.
Yes. Yes.
He is taking his latest directorial feature, which has been a while, but it's called Horizon. It's the WB, and supposedly it's going to be a very personal modern Western.
Yeah. I mean,
So
no.
I don't know. I don't think this is going to be a thing. Like, he was just at the Oscars, and like, the Academy loved Dances with Wolves for some reason.
Hmm.
But like, I don't
Yeah.
really know. We like this would need to go to fall festivals.
Yeah. Like westerns these days have to be sort of artsy if they want to get in. Not The Power of the Dog was the most artsy
Nomadland,
film, but
Power
it
the
was.
Dog. Yeah,
Yeah, they're doing
yeah,
something different with the Western genre. Last year, if you look at film like Cry Match Show, which was, from what I remember,
yeah,
a more standard Western, didn't do anything. And this, so we'll see. But I presume, it's Kevin Costner. I have a feeling this will just be
yeah,
a more standard Western, in which case, either, it could bring Oscar voters back to the nostalgia of what 60s, 50s when cowboy movies were at
yeah,
their prime, or it could just be a flop. And I see the latter being a more likely option for this film.
yeah. I think Cry Macho is a perfect comparison. Honestly, I really don't think this is going to be that big of a contender. I think there will be some people that think it is at the start of the season, like I foolishly did with Macho, putting it in my top 20 for Best Picture.
Mm.
But no, I don't. I don't think it's going to end up as any kind of thing. So,
Mm.
which is fine. I don't really care about Kevin Costner that much. Sorry, but like, I don't. Um. All right. Now let's talk about The Menu.
The
So this
menu.
is a film by Mark Mylod that's for some reason kind of getting Oscar buzz, and I have no clue why. I feel like it's going to be this year's Last Night in Soho. Um, for context, this director has done nothing. He did a rom-com starred What's Your Number, featuring Anna Faris and Chris Evans. He did
Okay.
the Ali G movie with Sacha Baron Cohen,
Oh,
and that's
okay.
pretty much
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Ali G India House, which salt
In
title.
in that
But,
house. Yeah, yeah. It's not a bad film.
his
It's not a
latest
bad
film,
film.
it's okay. Uh, definitely prefer his Borat days, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
But this latest film from him is going to star Anya Taylor-Joy, Ray Fiennes, Nicholas Hoult, as well as Hong Chow, who's also appearing in The Whale this year. John Leguizamo is going to be in it, and Reed Birney from Mass. Um,
Mm.
so solid cast.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about a young couple visiting an exclusive restaurant on a remote island, and they discover a dark truth behind its eccentric chef and menu. So I'm assuming cannibalism because that's just the trend this year.
Yeah.
But like with bones and all, and like plenty of cannibalism movies.
Fresh.
But like
Yes, yes.
fresh, yeah. So like I I don't know. I don't know why this is getting awards buzz, but it was scheduled for a November 18th release date. So like the studio must have some kind of confidence in this movie that I'm not seeing, because there's some people predicting it like not in like their top picks, but like on as like alternates for different categories, as something with a possibility of getting in. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Do
No.
you
No, I mean
like
it's described on
what are
Wikipedia
your
as a
thoughts?
black comedy. And black comedies are stuff that are, you know,
Yeah.
as a whole misses for Oscars. You know, they don't always take to black comedies. There are some
Yeah.
that they like, but as a general rule, you know, that's not the genre you go for if you want to make an Oscar contending film. And yeah, I just don't think this will be
Yeah.
anything by the time. Like, Anya Taylor-Joy and Nicholas Hoult are good actors, but they're not really necessarily Oscar actors. You know, like the cast is strong, but
Yeah.
there are stronger casts this year. There are films with stronger premises. Yeah, there are films with stronger directors. This one is not that, so I don't see this doing anything. I really don't know where the hype is coming from for this. You know,
Yep.
I guess it's Searchlight, but
Me
other than
neither. Me
that,
neither.
no.
It is Searchlight, so like in it. I mean, it sounds fun. Like I'm relatively excited to see it, especially
Yeah,
since it is Searchlight. I think Anya Taylor-Joy is a pretty good actress. Um, so like I'm not like not excited to see it, but like as an Oscars movie, I don't know. I don't know. But
mm,
November 18th release date, that makes me think it's going to TIFF.
it could go to TIFF.
So
In which case, you know,
like
maybe. I don't know. I don't see this doing very much.
I don't know, but Last Night in Soho went to TIFF. Like I just think it's going to be this year's Last Night in Soho.
Mm,
Um, all right. Well, let's talk about some animation
okay.
because some a plot synopsis and some details finally about My Father's Dragon. So our plot synopsis here. Struggling to cope after a move to the sea with his mother, Elmer, who's going to be voiced by Jacob Tremblay, could be in another Best Animated Feature nominee 2 years in a row after Luca. But he runs away in search of Wild Island and a young dragon who waits to be rescued. Elmer's adventures introduced him to ferocious beasts, a mysterious island, and a friendship of a lifetime. And he meets meets a dragon. So,
Yeah.
um, this could be fun. But we did get some more details on it. So we knew it was going to be Purdue, not
Mm,
been nominated. Every single one of their feature films has been nominated.
yeah.
So, like,
Which is
it's very hard to bet
that's
against Cartoon Saloon. I feel like.
yeah. No, I'll just
I
say it
mean,
like right now.
'cause
I would probably put this in my predictions in my top five. I would because like we'll
now
get
that
onto another
Spider-Man's
news topic
gone,
later.
yeah, which
Yeah,
we'll talk
exactly.
about. But yeah,
Yeah, now that Spider-Man's gone, this would
but
probably be the one I would put in to replace it, and I'd honestly maybe even put it over some of the ones I've already got in there because yes, as you say, Cartoon Saloon, they get in and like the added details that I wasn't aware of the fact same director as the Breadwinner, same writer as Inside Out.
yep,
It just feels like
yep.
maybe even this will be Cartoon Saloon's win. It may be. Just putting it out
Win.
there.
Yeah,
Like Wolf Walkers
I
did manage to get
was
shockingly
close.
close, even though Soul was obviously really going to win that year. Wolf Walkers was able to build buzz and get into a place where
Yeah,
people were predicting it. Some people were predicting it to
yep,
win over Soul. And so that shows that Cartoon Saloon can get these films into these sorts of situations. Maybe this will be one.
yeah,
Maybe this will be its winner.
yeah. And they also have Netflix behind it this time. I
Yeah.
mean, like Apple TV at that point wasn't the best at campaigning. I think they since sorted that out, as we've seen with Coda. But like they have Netflix now. Like the interesting thing it will be if Netflix pushes this or Pinocchio
Yeah.
because they do
Yeah.
have two to balance. They might go for both, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, like Wolfwalkers, The Breadwinner, Song of the Sea, and Secret of the Kells all nominated. So I don't see any reason why this one wouldn't be. Especially with, as you say, the same director as The Breadwinner coming back, same writer as Inside Out, and a cast that features likes of Jacob Tremblay, Diane Wiest, Rita Moreno, Judy Greer, Alan Cumming, Jackie Earle Haley, Um, who else is in this? Whoopi Goldberg. Like, it's got a pretty good cast as well. So I don't know. Very, very interesting though. Very, very interesting. I'll say, I mean, yeah, this is going into my predictions.
Yeah.
Like, it's in for me. It's in for me.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Fire of Love. Let's talk about a Sundance movie. This is something I was able to see at Sundance. It's still my favorite documentary of the year. I think it will get nominated. I don't think it's going to win because that's going to novel me. But I think it will get nominated. I think it'd be a very deserving nomination. Nat Geo had picked it up. Now, especially because Neon picked it up. And Neon and National Geographic are going to be co-distributing it. Like, National
Yeah.
Geographic, one of the kings of the documentary, who just like overall is able to just get some. They're able to get stuff in. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, they did pretty good with Worst Person in the World. They got really close to getting it into actress, and I think really close to picture. They got the screenplay on, which like they got the late push. Just was so close, so close. But like, I'm here for this. Like, I don't know. I think we each
As
had it
with
in our
any of
predictions.
but as with any
Yeah,
of these, documentaries that you feel are very, very strong,
yeah.
chances are one of them might be snubbed. That is just how it goes. Will this be it? Who knows? Like, no one can really guess that.
National Geographic
It
last
could
year.
even be, it could even be Navalny which gets snubbed. Although I doubt it, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse has been delayed to
Yeah.
June 2020. This movie was supposed to come out end of 2021, pushed to April 2022, pushed to December 2022, now pushed again to June 2023. When are we going to get this?
Yeah.
I've waited for so
Yeah.
long to read this movie.
No, but like, I heard a stat that like they had over 1,000 people working on this film, so I can see why it's being delayed. Like,
Yeah,
really don't think this is the marketing move. I really do just think they are not ready yet, and that is totally fair
yeah,
enough when you have a film that looks to be this ambitious with this many people working
yeah,
on it, creating this many characters, creating this many worlds, especially like a film like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, or this one Across the Spider-Verse. There's lots of different like art styles. You got to balance all of that. Like, it's just a
yeah,
difficult project to work on. So yeah, give them time. Give them time. It will come out next year.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I honestly think this is better for its Oscars chances. Granted, we don't know what's coming in 2023,
Yeah,
but
it
this is
could
a
end up
very
How Do
stacked
You
year for
Live?
animation.
Or I think that's the name of the Miyazaki film.
Yeah, Miyazaki's film. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is it's very
So
possible, but
like,
overall,
yeah, overall, I would
like,
agree. It is a
exactly.
weaker year in terms of animation
Yeah, so far, so far.
so far. Yeah.
It was just joined by Super Mario Bros, which was delayed to April 2023, which
Yeah.
like whatever. But I don't think that's going to be that big of a thing. But I think all this does is open up the door for stuff like My Father's Dragon to get in, or Apollo 10.5 even, which I would love so much if that movie got a
Yeah.
resurgence by the end of the year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it will, but I'd be
Me
down for it.
neither.
I'd be down for it.
I would be very down for it. Like, I, I don't know. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. Give Linklater some love.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we also got news of part 2 of it. Instead of being Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse part 2, it's now Beyond the Spider-Verse. So I mean, that could also be a potential contender in like 2028, whenever that comes out,
Yeah.
if they're taking 5 years in between movies. But yeah, overall, I'm a bit disappointed, but still excited. I think that this
Yeah.
has to move Lightyear into frontrunner status.
Yeah. Probably. Which is
Out of spite, also
great
probably from
because
like Pinocchio or something. But
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, as of
Just
now,
in
I
the
think
manner.
Lightyear is the
Yeah.
front runner.
Lightyear is going to
Yep,
win,
yep.
and we can say that.
You just said that My Father's Dragon could win like 5 minutes ago.
Oh yeah. Nah, no. Lightyear's gonna win. Lightyear's gonna win.
All right. Elmer Harrell is announced her next film. She did Honey Boy, film uh, written by Channing Tatum about Channing Tatum's childhood. That's actually or not. Why did I say Channing Tatum? Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. Very different people.
Well, but
Well,
uh,
quite different.
but
Quite different. But yes, no. Yeah.
um, also featured. So yeah, Shia LaBeouf played his own.
Yeah.
I get Tatum from. Shia LaBeouf played his own dad. Lucas Hedges and Noah Jupe played a a fictionalized version of Shia LaBeouf named Otis. And it's a pretty good movie. It's like pretty good. It isn't something like amazing. It didn't get any awards attention, I don't believe, but like it's a solid film. I think Alma Harrell got a pretty good reputation from it. She balanced two different storylines, parallel storylines pretty well. I don't know. Have you seen
Yeah.
Honey Boy?
I have. I just don't know if that was like you don't really come out of that film thinking, oh, like it's not really a director's movie that like it
Yeah,
is very much the Shia LaBeouf movie, for all intents and purposes.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm excited to see them go on to do something else. Like, yeah, sure. Like they directed a good movie.
yeah,
That's why would they not direct another one? Good one.
yeah, yeah. So it's gonna be based off of a novel, which is a very acclaimed novel. And it paints a perilous future of declining human population fueled by drugs and electronic bliss, a world without art, children, or books, where humanity's future hinges on a love triangle between an android, a man, and a woman. So
Okay,
this
that
movie seems
sounds yeah,
I'm
sounds like
waiting
yeah,
for A24 or Neon to pick this up.
yeah.
Um, but like I don't know how big, but like it is really hard to judge things off of synopsis because like if like Guillermo del Toro was directing this, would be like put it on the best picture list. So I don't know. She said this is a very personal film for her. So
Yeah, which is
project.
an interesting for a
Um
personal story
oh,
to
and
be
I just
this.
saw it's it's going with Searchlight. It is going
Okay,
with Searchlight.
okay, yeah,
So
yeah. You do have to question though, what is the mental state of this director whose personal story is one like this. That could be
yeah,
interesting. Though. I'm very interested in it.
yep, yeah, for sure, for sure. Speaking of Searchlight, they have suspended production on Aziz Ansari's Being Mortal, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
And you know how like, oh, are we ready for Aziz Ansari again? And I guess not.
no,
Um, because they shut that down fairly quickly.
they did.
Because I did have it on my list for documentaries as a possibility,
Okay,
but not anymore. Um,
no,
all right. We got some images of Persuasion. Are you familiar with this film, Thomas?
not really. No, not really.
So it's going to star Dakota Johnson.
Okay,
It's going to be produced by Netflix, and it is based on a Jane Austen novel. Um,
okay.
uh, Henry Golding of Snake Eyes fame and Crazy Rich Asians is going to be
Yes,
starring
and Last
opposite
Christmas as
Dakota
well.
Johnson.
If you wanna dive
Oh
into his
wow, yeah, I
filmography.
forgot about West. Um, so yeah, also Richard E. Grant is going to be in. I'm assuming as a stern father because that's the only one he plays. Uh,
Mm,
but yeah, I don't. Might be a bit of an overgeneralization, but Jane Austen, like, sure. I feel like. I mean, I don't know. Like, what was the last Emma? Emma's Jane Austen, right?
Emma, yeah, and Emma got in for costumes, didn't it? I feel like it.
Costumes, and then I think did it get makeup and hair? I think it may have gotten makeup and hair as well.
Uh,
so I'm not entirely sure.
it does. Yes, no, it did. Yes, yes.
Okay. So that got a couple of nominations. I think it
Yeah.
got some Golden Globes love as well. Um, so like,
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
High praise.
Well, yeah.
Golden Globes
Uh,
love.
but yeah. I mean, I don't know how big of a thing. I don't think it's gonna be that big, honestly.
No, no. I mean, I assume it's a period piece because a lot of these Jane
Oh yeah,
Austen
yeah,
things. Yeah, yeah. So,
yeah,
it's always in the costume, talk. Like, it could
yeah.
pick up one or two here and there in the production side of things, but yeah, I don't know. It's probably not going to be a big contender. It's probably going to be dropped onto Netflix and be talked about for a week, and then nothing will come of it.
Yeah. Um. All right, let's touch on Tribeca Film Festival. They announced the lineup. We won't be doing a full breakdown like we did for Cannes. I'll just touch on some of the big things that are going to be there. Cha-Cha Real Smooth is going to Tribeca.
Hmm.
Right before it comes out on Apple TV, it's going to be at Tribeca,
Wow. Okay.
which is always fun to see. The Black Phone, Ethan Hawke's new horror film from Scott Derrickson, director of Doctor Strange, is going to be at Tribeca. This is pretty irrelevant to the Oscars, but it's a bigger thing showing up at a festival. A
Yeah.
Love Song, which is one of my favorites out of Sundance, is also going to Tribeca. It's about just old people and love in the mountains, and it's delightful.
Wow.
Um,
Yes. Okay.
and then also The Forgiven, which this film was at TIFF last year and just kind of went away. But it stars Jessica Chastain and Ray Fiennes. And it's like a period like romance film, I think.
Hmm.
I don't really know, but like I don't think it's going to be a thing. It's got a 3 on Letterboxd out of TIFF, so like I think it's gonna be fairly
Okay.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
We got Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, which we have a trailer for that we'll be talking about later. I didn't get a
Yes.
chance to see it
Yes.
at Sundance, but it got very good reviews out of Sundance at 3.8 on Letterboxd.
Hmm.
So definitely a chance. And then the big thing, which is official competition. So this film premiered at Venice, and then people were like, okay, well, Spain's not going to submit it because they have Parallel Mothers.
Hmm.
And then it was like, oh, wait, no, it's just The Good Boss. And Spain didn't actually release official competition. Um, it- I don't believe so. I don't think this was eligible for last year.
Hmm.
I may be wrong, but I don't believe this was eligible for last year. So it's directed by Gaston Derpat and Mariana Cohn, whose work I'm largely unfamiliar with. But it's going to star Penelope Cruz and Antonio Banderas.
Okay.
And the plot is about a billionaire entrepreneur who impulsively decides to create a film, and he gets the best actors and directors in the country to make a film, and then they send it to a film festival, and it's about that. Like,
Okay.
yeah, it's
About as
definitely for the
meta as
film
you can go
festival
then.
crowd.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it's been described as like an over the top like dramedy, and Penelope Cruz is supposed to be absolutely fantastic. She did a
Yeah.
bunch of like her hair is all like frizzy and like in like a massive perm. Like I think this movie is going
Hmm.
to be insane.
Yeah.
Maybe Spain submits it
I
if it's
mean,
still eligible. And
yeah.
even if not,
It's a
I'm quite
yeah.
excited for
It
it.
it's a great way to get actors in your film if you like cast them as the best actors
Yeah.
in the country. Like if you want to make a film, pretend you're making the best film in the world with the best
Yeah.
actors, and then yeah, they will all come to you. Because yeah, I mean,
Ego.
Antonio Banderas, Penelope Cruz, possibly the two most famous Spanish actors. They're the ones, or like
Javier
Spanish
Bardem, I would say,
speaking
is the other
actors.
one.
Javier Bardem
Yeah.
as well. I guess you could throw in there as well. And yeah, cool. Like maybe who knows if it's eligible?
Who knows?
Like yeah,
regardless, I'm quite excited for it.
Yeah, it's got a wacky concept. Wacky concept.
Yeah. And yeah, it's at a 3.6 on Letterboxd, so relatively positive.
Yeah.
All right. We got the poster for "I Want to Dance with Somebody" with Whitney Houston, advertising right on the front of it from the writer of Bohemian Rhapsody. They are going to be pushing this narrative. I have Naomi Ackie in my actors predictions, and I have it getting in for nothing else as of now. But
Yeah.
I don't know. What are your thoughts, anticipations, expectations, etc. for this movie?
I mean, I'm not very anticipating this film. I'll be completely honest. Musical biopics, not always my thing. I did enjoy Bohemian Rhapsody too. I did enjoy it.
I did not.
And I also enjoyed Rocket Man. But I never
So
bothered to
maybe
see
they are your thing.
Respect. Yeah, maybe they are, but no, because I genuinely, I never bothered watching Respect. I never saw, what was it called? Billie Holiday one, that one, whichever one, 100
Oh,
Days
the
in.
United States for Billie Holiday.
That was it. Yep, never saw that one either. So we'll just do something like acting or actor is like its only chance. It's not going to really do anything else, I don't think. But I don't even know if it will be the best actress. Like, I really don't. I just don't see this one doing very much, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling actress, and that's it. I think Naomi Ackie will actually get a pretty big push to get into actress, but I don't really know about anything else.
Mm.
All right, Cooper Rafe, my boy, did Shit House and then Cha Cha Real Smooth. Love both of those. Cha Cha Real Smooth is still my number 3 of the year thus far. Comes out Apple TV in June, and everybody should go watch it. But he's doing a new film called The Trashers. It's going to star David Harbour. And I was telling Thomas about this before we got started. But it is about the rise and fall of Jimmy Galante, a Connecticut trash magnate and associate of the Genovese crime family. And this has been cited as the inspiration for The Sopranos. So a bit about this guy. In 2004, Galante bought the city's minor league hockey team and assigned his teenage son to run it. The team gained notoriety for their rough and violent style of play, but also developed a wide fan base as they started to win more and more games. The team's success and fame all came to an abrupt end when Galante was arrested on 72 criminal charges.
Wow.
So this film seems like something bigger for Cooper Rafe. His other films have been starring himself in much more small scale, much more personal stories. He's got David Harbour, a relatively large actor. I mean, he had Dakota Johnson in his last one in a supporting role, but like David Harbour's like kind of biggish. I mean, with Stranger Things and all.
Yeah.
So I think that this could be a very role for David Harbour. I don't know how big this is going to get, but regardless,
No. Yeah.
I'm very excited for it just because I love Cooper Rafe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if Cha Cha Real Smooth isn't his breakthrough, maybe this could be it.
I mean, maybe. I mean, we saw the Sopranos prequel, The Many Saints of Newark last year. Didn't do anything. So I don't know. I just like maybe The Sopranos is a tired franchise at this point. Who knows?
But to be fair, this
The
isn't
story.
it's
Yeah, I know, but it's like that's where the marketing will go to, presumably. I presume.
probably
But anyway, like I'm excited for it. At least, I'm not too familiar with
I am
Cooper
as
Rafe,
well.
but that story, and it's an interesting story. I do like these sorts of criminal gangster stories, so I'll definitely check this one out,
Yeah,
even if it isn't maybe an Oscar contender.
for sure. I assume we'll be seeing this at some festivals next year.
Hmm.
We got the trailer for The Woman King at CinemaCon, and people are loving it. Viola Davis said that this is her magnum opus. I don't know how I feel about Viola Davis getting in. Actress is very tight this year. It's a very, very tough category.
Yeah,
10 to 11 big contenders that I could legitimately all see get in. So And then elsewhere, like there's always makeup and hair costumes. Like I don't know, this has the possibility of being a big hit. People love the trailer. I don't know. Expectations for this
Yeah.
film.
Yeah, my only worry is it's September release date. I don't believe that's changed.
Yep.
But no, yeah,
It
it's
is
still
not, no.
September, which is not a good time to release an Oscar-y film. I don't recall when the other time my favorite was released, but I feel like that may have been September as well.
That was September as well. So
Yeah,
that
so
got
I could
actress
see it
and
getting
makeup.
the, I could see it getting the Eyes of Tammy Faye treatment, but like Viola Davis, I do think has a real shot of getting in, and maybe like costumes, makeup. We'll see, but like anything big for this film, I just don't see happening. I really don't.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, but I can't wait to see the trailer though, and we'll definitely go for more of an opinion when we do actually get to see the trailer.
Yeah.
All right, just some release date news to round us off. Babylon got confirmed for a wide release in January. This was expected, but it's going limited Christmas, wide January 6th, doing the tragedy of Macbeth, doing the 1917. It's doing that release rollout.
Yeah.
Right there, positioning itself right in the voter's mind. Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if it really needs to
Not too much to
do
really
this.
discuss there.
Yeah. I don't know if it
And
needs to,
then
do this to put it in, but still, I
yeah,
think like it will be remembered either way. But just a little cherry on top of already
yeah,
big Babylon cake. Weird analogy, but we'll go with it.
yeah. Paramount's going to be pushing it.
Yeah.
Also, The Sun from Florian Zeller is confirmed to be coming in October. Once
Nice.
again, a post-September release date. It leads me to believe that this is going to festivals. I believe The Father was at Sundance and TIFF, so it would make sense.
Yeah.
It would make sense. But that is it for the news. So now let's get into some trailers, and then we can round the show off with some questions.
Okay.
So we got the trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder, the next film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, directed by Taika Waititi, Oscar-winning writer for Jojo Rabbit. Taika has 2 films coming out this year,
Yes.
which is quite exciting. I like Taika quite a bit. So like Jojo Rabbit, What We Do in the Shadows, like he's made some good movies. Thoughts on this trailer, Thomas?
I thought it was fine. Like,
Yeah.
it's a teaser trailer for sure. It's they are not giving anything away. I assume most of what is shown in the trailer happened in about the first 15 to 20 minutes. And someone did make the point that this is probably because Doctor Strange will be such a, spoilery sort of film. That they can't really show anything yet because it, like, Doctor Strange will have impacts on this film. But yeah, I mean, it looks okay, I guess. I'm excited for it purely because it's Taika. Like, if it was any other Thor director, would not care. Like, which sounds a bit blunt, but like, it's true. I wouldn't care. I liked Thor Ragnarok. I think Taika Waititi fits very well into this franchise. And like, I hope they can just let Taika Waititi do what he likes. Really, like, I hope that this is a fully, his film, and Marvel didn't put too many restrictions on him, which I thought they might have done, but we'll see it. We'll see. And like, it's coming out in what, 3 months now time, so
July, I think
it's close.
July,
So it's close.
Yeah.
And this is so far the only thing we got from it, which is, worrying.
Yeah. I mean, for Oscars, like, this only chance is VFX.
Yeah,
Which
I didn't even
think Ragnarok get a VFX from. I can't remember.
Maybe I'd have to look that up. But yeah, either way,
did.
I think it's Marvel's third contender this year.
So
yeah, I feel like it's Marvel's third best contender anyway. Like, Doctor Strange is Doctor Strange, and Black Panther is probably going to be a more favored film amongst the Oscars crowd.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. So I know the VFX looked fine. All of the VFX cinematography was kind of annoying. like just like do actual shots instead of like I don't know, you can do real things, so instead of just digitally creating environments for everything, which Taiko is a bit better about last time, so it's kind of disappointing. But like I don't know, the movie just felt very unnaturally glossy to me.
Yeah, no, I get what you
Like
mean. I get what you mean.
like just felt off. But yeah, I don't know. The trailer's fine. Isn't going to be that big of a deal for the Oscars, I don't think. So,
No.
something that could be a big deal that we got a trailer for ahead of its Cannes premiere is Hirokazu Koreeda's Broker. I'm excited for this movie. I think that this movie is going to be a delight. It's going to be very fun. King Ho. I don't know. I'm very excited for it. What were your thoughts on
Yeah,
this
it
trailer?
just looks like a sweet film, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
this trailer did bring a smile to my face. And yeah, I mean, like they are both Korean, aren't they? This and Decision to Leave. Or
Yeah,
South
so
Korean, but
yeah. So it's interesting because Hirokazu Koreeda is a Japanese director, but the film is being produced in Korea, so it would have to go up against Decision to Leave for the submission.
Yeah. So
unless
will
it
it
can
even
count for Japan since he is Japanese. I don't know exactly the rules on that.
But like, will it even get a submission? That is a question we do have to ask, because which one will they favor? I don't know. But the trailer looks good. Like
Yeah.
I'll try and check out. We can see how much traction it does gain. But I don't know. I don't really fancy its Oscar chances. I don't think this is international feature winner this year.
Like he probably had the runner up in 2019 though, with Shoplifters, just behind Parasite.
Yeah, probably.
So I believe that was the Parasite year, was it not? Or was it the Roma year? Like the Roma
I don't
year.
know.
I can't remember.
Shoplifters.
I can't remember which year Shoplifters was, but regardless, like it was it was definitely up against some very stiff competition, some Best Picture contending films. So like, but he's been nominated before. I think it can definitely happen again. So we'll have to see. But yeah, the trailer is just delightful. Song Kang Ho was great. Like when is he not? But Song Kang Ho was great. There's horror, Drive My Car vibes. Uh, but yeah, overall, just again, more than anything, just very excited about this film. Very excited to see how it can. And honestly, we might find our best international feature winner with
That's a good chance.
and
There is a
Decision
good
to Leave
chance.
going there. So very possible, very possible. Love the trailer though. And then we got a Sundance film. Good luck to you, Rio Grande. And I also quite like this trailer as well. This got pretty positive reception out of Sundance. Again, I don't think that this is going to be that big at the Oscars. I think that we'll
This
see.
is not. Yeah.
Indie Spirits in Gotham, I think could latch onto it. I think we'll see some critics groups latch onto it, especially with its 3.8 on Letterboxd. That's pretty strong. But Oscars, I'm not so sure.
Nah, this is not an Oscars.
I'm excited for it though. I mean, it's Searchlight.
Yeah.
It is Searchlight.
Yeah, I know, but like, given the concept, I think it's Unless the Oscars really want to go for something a bit more out there, I'm not sure it'll be something the Oscars really take to. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it looks like a fun, charming film, and like Emma Thompson. Is this her last role? I feel like that was a buzz around it.
I didn't hear anything about that. If so, that's sad. But I heard that she's very good in this.
Okay. I don't know. I may have just randomly picked up that piece of information that's not actually true. But if it is, like, that could be interesting to see her final role. But if that's not true, that's not true.
At least she's at least won one Oscar. No, she's won 2 years. One was a screenplay Oscar though, Sense and Sensibility, right? I
Yeah.
believe. I believe she won an Oscar for writing. Well, she didn't write Sense and Sensibility. She adapted Sense and Sensibility.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see any.
No, actually,
No,
I
this is
don't know if it's
definitely not.
no, no.
This is
I don't know
definitely
where I got
not her
that impression
last.
from. Then. Yeah,
Definitely
that's
not her
just
last
wrong.
film.
Yeah. Don't listen to me then.
Yeah. Wait, she was married to Kenneth Branagh at one point? That's weird. Anyways. Um,
Yes, she was. Yes.
Speaking of Thor directors, but overall, just quite excited about this film. I just missed it at Sundance. Tickets sold out right before I was able to get them for its second screening. But yeah, overall, very, very excited for this. I don't know. I think we could see Emma Thompson show up, maybe even win at Indie Spirits in Gotham, based off of what I've been hearing. So
Maybe.
definitely very possible. All right, let's get into some questions to round out the show.
Questions.
Can just jump right in. Question number 1: Will Morbius win Best Picture?
No.
No. All right. Question number 2.
Yeah.
Criterion though. How many? How many Oscar nominations will Everything Everywhere All at Once get?
Ooh,
So
okay.
as of now, I am feeling between 5 and 6.
I will go with 5 was the number that jumped into my mind because I was
Okay.
going. Okay, let's see. Actress, I do think there is a
Actress.
strong chance if that film, if the film is taken as a whole, yeah, sure.
And Michelle Yeoh
There
has
is
a
one.
really strong narrative. Michelle Yeoh has a strong narrative.
Exactly. There's one supporting actor you've seen the film or actress who was getting a lot of buzz. I don't exactly
Supporting
recall
actor
which.
Kihui Kwan.
That's him.
A great
Yeah,
late career return, not late career, but like mid-career return for him.
yeah,
After Goonies, Temple of Doom, he stepped away because he didn't think that he was going to be able to get cast in good roles as an adult Asian actor, which is entirely fair. So then he just was an assistant director for Wong Kar-wai for like 10 years, which is sick. And then now he did this. So I think he has a strong narrative. I think original screenplay.
Yeah, that was another one. Screenplay, editing as well. I've heard everyone
Editing
just banging on
is
about the editing.
maybe the best editing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So like definitely, like if this doesn't win the Oscar for editing, we should probably just give up on the idea of the Oscars.
Okay.
Like
Okay. Yeah.
it's that
And
good.
then
That's for picture.
and
If
then
it's
the
getting
last one
all
I
of
would say
those.
is picture. Yeah, which would make
Yeah.
5. So those would probably be the 5 I would go for.
Like the other things that I think could happen, like if it's getting all of that, maybe director. Maybe director's
Maybe.
possible. I think visual effects is also possible, considering it was the visual effects for the movie were done by 7 people. So that could have a
Wow.
narrative.
Okay.
Which is insane considering like most Marvel movies will have like 200 people, and this looked better.
Okay.
Like impressive to pull off a multiverse sci-fi movie with 7 people and visual effects. So like I think that that's possible. Like sound is like there's so many things that are possible. Sound is possible, is great. Costumes, the without any spoilers, the villain wears like 30 different costumes in the movie. And they're all insane. So that's a possibility. Like there's a lot of different places that this could go for Oscar nominations. Stephanie Sue or Jamie Lee Curtis in support actress, if they really want to go for this movie, are both great. So like the possibilities are there. Not an Oscar nomination, but I think SAG Ensemble is incredibly possible for this movie as well.
Right.
At minimum, it's probably going to win Stunt Ensemble, but like, I think that it's quite possible that this gets into SAG Ensemble. So, like, I'm going to say 6. I'm going to say 6 nominees.
Okay. I'll go a bit more conservative and say 5.
Yeah, just still quite a bit, but
yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to see this. I can't
I
wait for
know.
you to see this.
Not long now.
Um,
May
yeah,
13th. I'll probably be seeing it
yeah,
opening day.
fun. Yeah, so excited. I hope you have a great audience. My audience was phenomenal. Um,
Okay.
all right, let's talk about now. This is a bit more of a thinker, but what are some of the biggest 2023 Oscars wild cards? So things that we think, could by the end of the year surprise us, could come out of nowhere, and that most people aren't considering now that we think could have a shot. I can
Mhm.
start to give you some time to think
Yeah.
if you need it.
I mean, I've got one in my mind, but you can go first.
Okay. I mean, if you've seen our predictions, I think that Women Talking is going to win Best Picture. So, there's
Yeah.
that. Um, and then some other, wild cards, I guess you could say, that I would throw out. That really no one's talking about it, but Danielle Deadwyler and Till for Best Actress,
Mhm.
playing the mother of Jermaine Till, fighting for civil rights. I think that that could be a relatively big role, as well as Whoopi Goldberg and supporting actors for the same film. I think could both be very strong. And then also an actress, I'll throw out Jennifer Lawrence in Red, White, and Water,
Mhm.
A24 film, returning veteran who has alcohol addiction problem. Brian Tyree Henry's in supporting actor for it. I feel like there was kind of some buzz about this like a couple months ago, and then this all kind of went away. You remember talking about the movie on the show, but
I
like
do, yeah. Wow.
this was in the conversation, and then it just
Mhm.
it just wasn't all of a sudden. And then I'll throw out one more for you can throw out yours. Bill Nye in Living. That's it's great. It's the Kurosawa adaptation. Bill Nye's never been nominated. He could pick up a strong narrative. It's being distributed by Sony Pictures Classics. Could it just be Clifton Collins and Jockey? Yes, yes, it could. But could also break out. He could also break out. I would consider it. But what do you have?
Okay, so the first one that immediately jumped to mind was The Banshees of Inisherin, just for, like, in
Yeah,
general as a film. I think this could do, 'cause, like, it's got screenplay, which I think I personally got it in for screenplay as a sort of more out there pick. But if
yep,
you can get a screenplay, it's got a good cast as well, like Colin Farrell. I predicted him for 13 Lives, but that was sort of just a placeholder pick. Of
yeah,
me thinking Farrell getting somewhere. Maybe he gets in for this film, and like maybe picture like Martin McDonagh. He directed Three
yeah,
Billboards. So I think
yep,
that film in general is just one that a lot of people are sleeping on. Whereas I think I could see it doing some big
yep,
things. Another one I'd throw out there. I think this is highly unlikely, but I'd throw it out there anyway. Is Bradley Cooper in Maestro for actor. Like I
yeah,
don't think it's very likely,
yeah,
but because he's directing it as well, they do often like to credit these actor director pairs, or not pairs, they're the same person.
yeah,
Combination is the word I was looking for.
yeah,
But yes, so Bradley Cooper he could have a chance in Maestro, especially if it does do stuff, and like sound as well is a category I've given it for
yeah.
Maestro. But yeah, those are two films that I think could be wildcards come the end of the year.
I'll throw out a performance and then a couple other films. Seth Rogen in The Fablemans. All the attention and supporting actor for that film is going to Paul Dano.
Mm,
But like this could just be Belfast. Paul Dano's Jamie Dornan starts out as the biggest contender, fades out. Seth Rogen's Karen Hines, who's the fun old guy, and he comes in.
yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
possible. I think it's possible. A couple other films that I'll throw out. Tar from Todd Field. Speaking of movies about composers, as you mentioned with Maestro, this is starring Kate Blanchett as the first female composer to like get a thing and a big thing. I don't know, but it sounds important. um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think that Kate Blanchett could be strong. Todd Field has a combined like 11 or 12 nominations for his last two movies. His first two movies. This is only his third film, even though he's been around for 20 plus years. So like, I don't see any reason why this wouldn't clean up again. I think it's definitely possible. Also, throw out "Don't Worry, Darling."
Okay.
I think it's I think it's definitely there. I think Florence Pugh could happen. I think screenplay could happen. I think costumes, production design. Like, could this be another Last Night in Soho? Yes. But I don't know. Even like this is even more unlikely, but like Harry Styles in supporting actor. Maybe.
Hmm.
Especially if like you compare it with a Grammy campaign. Because he has his new album that he's going to be. It's gonna be him versus Adele at the Grammys this year. So it's quite possible. I don't know how strongly I want to put it in, but I think it's there. And then also I have to shout her out, Greta Gerwig in White Noise, in supporting actress, because yeah, Greta Gerwig.
Yeah.
See, is there anything else? I guess Knives Out 2 in adapted screenplay. I don't feel like
Yeah. That would be a wild card. I would not have that anywhere near.
me neither. I don't have it anywhere right now, but I think I don't know. I think that you can consider it. I think that you can consider it.
Yeah. No.
Also, Asteroid City, Wes Anderson's newest film.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's
Like,
sort of a
it
wild
seems
card
like
as well.
one of his biggest cast is going to be a more focused romance film that I think could have a shot.
Mm.
It definitely could have a shot. Oh, this is a weird one, but VFX wild card: Peter Pan and Wendy, the new Peter Pan film.
Oh, okay. I've not heard
I think it's
anything about
possible.
it. Okay.
Also, Bullet Train in VFX.
Yeah,
I
I
think
guess so.
Bullet Train could also maybe happen if it gets pushed hard enough. So there are plenty of Oscars wild cards. I'll quite honestly though, everything at this point is a wild card. We're so early in the race.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's definitely some stuff that's been described as higher. But that is the show. We still got a pretty decent show. We're still getting good episodes of Oscar buzz, which is exciting.
You are.
Even
Lucky
in
people.
this desolate space, post Oscars pre-can,
Yeah.
we don't know
We're
what
still
to
getting
do.
films. We're still getting films.
We are still getting films. Northman review should be up by the time that this is out. Also reviews for The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent and The Bad Guys. The Bad Guys, another film that could benefit from these animated movies being pushed.
It could.
It's got a pretty decent reception. I liked it quite a bit. So I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting. But yeah, we're still getting films. We're still getting plenty of stuff to talk about. We're still getting trailers. Next weekend, there's like nothing. But we'll have Doctor Strange 2 weeks to talk about, which will be a fun review. Eventually a big VFX contender, a threat to Avatar 2 there.
Indeed.
And then, yeah, we have the Oscars Were Wrong still going strong. We'll have our 2019 discussion very soon, I believe.
Still
We're
going
just watching
strong.
through movies.
We've only done one episode, but yeah, still going strong.
Yeah, still going strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of fun stuff. Until next time, Thomas, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at YouTube at Project Mayhem. Maybe stuff coming. We'll see. And on Letterboxd at Thomas Gladstone, as always.
Yes. I also neglected to mention Emmy's predictions in like a weekish.
Yes, soon.
We gotta we have to finish up with them, but we'll have our early predictions for that, and then we'll be doing final predictions pre-nominations, and then we'll get to react to things again. We'll get to react to nominations. It's gonna be so we don't get to do that anymore. But yeah, June 12th, Emmy nomination day.
June 12th.
Very exciting. But yeah, we're each watching some TV. But you can find me YouTube at The Basement, Letterboxd at Trevor Matson, Twitter at TM Talks Movies, and on the Banana Meter. Thank you for watching, everybody. Stay safe.